Howdy, folks! Is your favorite rural living enthusiast here, ready to saddle up and mosey on down the trail of adventure to some of the best dang small towns in America that you've never heard of? Now I know some of you city slickers think living out in the sticks is all pitchforks and tumbleweeds. But let me tell you, these podunkburgs I've got on tap today are the bee's knees. Sure, Main Street don't have no 4-lane highways or skyscrapers, but that don't mean these hamlets don't got character and charm pouring out their overalls. These ain't just places to retire, to when your knees give out. They're communities with good old-fashioned values, fresh air, and room enough for your dog to run free. You don't need to be a washed-up cowboy to appreciate a slower pace and friendly faces. And get this, housing don't cost an arm and a leg like them overpriced city zip codes. You can get yourself a nice little ranch for a downright decent price. Ain't that something? So limber up your chuckle muscles and grease the wheels of your imagination wagon, 'cause we're fixin' to mosey on down to the best bygone burgs that modern times plumb forgot. Now let's get started with the top 5 rural small towns in America that are actually great places to live. If you're looking to escape the daily grind, consider Watford City. This North Dakotan town of 6,500 will make you wonder why you didn't ditch the rat race sooner. Watford's lack of crime means you can leave your doors unlocked and windows open to enjoy the fresh prairie air. The most excitement you'll find in the local news is a teen taking his 92-year-old great-grandmother to prom. How's that for wholesome? While Watford's seen an oil boom-related population spike recently, most workers have moved on. But with housing costs on par with the national average, you'll find the perfect little house on the prairie to call home. If you can handle the cold, Watford's a hidden gem. The nearest big city, Bismarck, is over 2 hours away, so you'll have all the peace and quiet you can handle. Bundle up, stoke the fire, and cozy into your new slow, simple life in Watford City. Next on my list is Dripping Springs, Texas. Living in Dripping Springs is like being on permanent vacation. This picturesque hamlet has winding country roads, rolling hills, and live music venues that'll have you kicking up your boots on the regular. As a bonus, Austin's only 30 minutes away for when you need an urban fix. Keep Austin weird. But not too weird. Dripping Springs has enough quirk to keep things interesting without the chaos of a big city. You can catch buzzworthy bands at the Dripping Springs Ranch Park Amphitheater or sip craft cocktails at Treaty Oak Distilling. Feeling sporty? The Hamilton Greenbelt offers over 10 miles of hiking and biking trails. Home prices in Dripping Springs are lower than in Austin, especially considering its gorgeous scenery and small-town charm. While the median home value is a bit above the national average, you'll get more bang for your buck compared to Austin's red-hot housing market. Plus, Texas has no state income tax, so you'll keep more of your hard-earned cash. When wanderlust strikes, Austin's vibrant food, music, and nightlife scene is just a short drive away. But after a fun weekend getaway, you can retreat to the tranquility of Dripping Springs. It's the perfect balance of country life and big city access. Why live in a bustling metropolis when you can reside in a place that feels like an endless vacation? Dripping Springs has all the charm with none of the chaos. Sign me up. Number 3 on my list is Cave Springs, Arkansas. So let's mosey on over to Cave Springs, Arkansas, shall we? This quaint little town in the Ozark Mountains oozes southern charm. With a population of only 4,800, you'll get to know your neighbors here in no time over sweet tea and pie on the veranda. Cave Springs gets its name from the actual cave springs in the area. There are over 200 caves around these parts, so spelunking anyone? When you're not exploring underground, you can float down the lazy river, hike the Ozark Highlands Trail, or visit the Ozark Folk Center State Park. Housing here is dirt cheap. For the price of a closet in San Francisco, you can get a historic Victorian mansion with a wraparound porch and 10 acres of land. If you're looking to escape the rat race, put down roots and live simply, Cave Springs is calling your name. The cost of living in Cave Springs is nearly 20% lower than the national average. And with gorgeous scenery, friendly folks, and a slower pace of life, your stress levels will plummet as soon as you cross the city limits. Cave Springs gets a bad rap for being small-minded, but I see it as neighborly. People here watch out for each other, and sure, some residents may live and die without ever leaving Benton County. But is that really so bad? In our increasingly fragmented world, tight-knit communities are a rare gem. So pack your bags, leave your pretensions behind, and come experience the rustic charm of Cave Springs. Just don't tell too many people about it. We like our little secret. Y'all come back now, you hear? Number 4 on my list is Cherokee, Iowa. Cherokee, Iowa is calling my name. With a population of only 5,000, this little town in the northwest corner of Iowa seems like the perfect escape from big city life. As someone who values peace and quiet, Cherokee sounds ideal. Their slogan is even a nice place to call home. You can't get much more inviting than that. Crime is practically non-existent here. The only news on Cherokee's website are reminders about leaf pickup schedules and photos of kids petting animals at the county fair. How wholesome. The cost of living in Cherokee is well below the national average, so I could probably afford one of those cute little houses with the wraparound porch I've always dreamed of. Outdoor activities abound in Cherokee for recreation. There are lakes, parks, golf courses, and snowmobile trails galore. And with average highs of 85 degrees in July and lows of 3 degrees Fahrenheit in January, I'd get to experience all 4 seasons in full force. My little hipster heart thrills at the thought of bundling up for a winter stroll, then cooling off in the summer with a craft beer from one of the local breweries. The downside is that Cherokee is pretty isolated, located a good 45 minutes from any major highways. The nearest big cities are Sioux City, Iowa, and Sioux Falls, South Dakota, both over an hour away. As someone who enjoys dining out, shopping, and cultural activities, I might start to feel cut off from civilization after a while in Cherokee. The winters also sound brutal. Am I really up for dealing with wind chills of -30? Overall, though, for a peaceful small-town life surrounded by natural beauty, Cherokee checks a lot of boxes. The isolation and harsh weather would take some getting used to, but the tight-knit community feel and low cost of living are major draws. Cherokee just seems like a nice place to call home, as their motto promises. Maybe I'll take a road trip to check it out. And here we are at number 5 on my list, Worland, Wyoming. Wyoming, the cowboy state, is filled with wide-open spaces and small towns where everybody knows your name. Worland, with a population just over 5,000, is one of these places. If you're looking to escape the rat race and don't mind trading your Starbucks for a saddle, Worland could be your paradise. Out here, you don't measure distance in miles, but in the number of cattle guards you cross. The nearest big city, Billings, Montana, is over 2 hours away. But don't worry, Worland has everything you need, like a Walmart, grocery stores, and medical care. And by everything, I mean the bare essentials. Entertainment options are mostly limited to watching the tumbleweeds blow by. The economy depends heavily on ranching, with cattle outnumbering humans by a healthy margin. If you're not a rancher, jobs can be scarce. But housing is dirt cheap, with the median home value around $150,000. Crime is so low here, the local newspaper's big story last week was about a dog that got loose. Worland's climate is high desert with long, cold winters and short, hot summers. Temperatures regularly drop below freezing from December through February. So, if your idea of fun is bundling up by a fireplace, you'll love it. If not, I'd suggest looking at towns a bit further south. In the end, Worland is for those seeking solitude and simplicity. Out here, life moves at an unhurried pace. Neighbors still stop by unannounced for coffee. And the night sky, unpolluted by city lights, provides a dazzling celestial show. For the right person, this little slice of heaven on the range could be an ideal place to settle into a quiet life. And there you have it, folks. 5 of the finest rural small towns in this great nation of ours that are actually pretty all-right places to put down some roots. Now, if y'all will excuse me, I've got a hankering to grab my fishing pole and rocking chair and mosey on down to the old swimming hole for some relaxation. Just kidding. But for real, if you're looking to escape the rat race and find a little slice of small-town living, be sure to check out these friendly communities. They may not be perfect, but they've got heart and character, and that's what really matters when you're searching for a new home. All right, amigos, that's my spiel. Y'all take care now, and be sure to smash that subscribe button if you dig this video. Until next time, keep on keeping on, and may your tractor never run out of gas. Adios.